Let's combine the basics we've laid so far to build a simple sales tracker. In this example, we are going to build a program that goes to our table and retrieve unique fruit names here, right? We want to see the summary, fruit, quantity sold, and then the unique names without repetition and the corresponding quantity sold. That's just what we will do here. Now let's go step by step. First step, we create the dictionary to store the fruit or product totals. And then, now if you look over here, none of the sheets here have been highlighted. So we need to declare the worksheet object and as well as set reference. So say dimension worksheet as WS as worksheet. Right, set reference, set WS equals this workbook. Now let's find the last row in our table. Before we do that, we need to declare last row. You've seen us do this in previous videos. Last row as long. Then we'll define last row equals cells rows.count. The column we're looking at here is column A. For your example or for your typical work, it might not be column A. You choose the specific column you were looking at. Then you say end Excel dot row. We've gotten that. Let's declare variables for looping. The variables we'll need here would be the loop counter. We'll also need the column names that we have on our table. Now let's walk through each row of the sales log. To do that, we use the for loop. Say for I equals second row to the last row. Why are we using the second row? Because the first row is the row header and we do not need that for the iteration. All right, then we need to tell the program where to find the fruit and the quantity. Cells, row number, fruit is in column A, that is the first column, dot value. Right, we also specify for quantity. Next up, we check if item already exists in dictionary. If that item exists, all we need to do is just to increase the quantity. And for that, we use the if statement. We say if dict.exists. What we're looking at is fruit. Then dictionary fruit plus quantity. Else, to create a new entry, we use dict.add. The key, which here is fruits, and the value here quantity. And if. For this next step, let me take you to the table. Right. What we want to have is we want to see fruit here. Of course, you remember we want to summarize this for our sales tracker. Fruit and quantity sold. Then from this second row, we want the program to retrieve unique fruit names here, as well as the corresponding quantity sold here. Let's go to the code. We'll specify the row I equals to 2. Then specify the column names for the output using range. Range, we want to see fruit in D1 dot value. As well, let's specify for the quantity sold. This is in E1 dot value. What we want to see now under product and quantity are the names and the corresponding values. Let's define the loop counter here. We're going to use key as variant. And then the for each statement. For each key in dictionary.keys. We want this to retrieve just the keys first. For the product name or fruit name, we use cells, row counter, where we are putting the result, which is column D. Column D is the fourth column, dot value. Right. What will return the product name is the key. Then we also specify for the quantity sold. This will be in the fifth column, dot value. Right. To get the value, we'll use date key. Then we tell the program to increase the number of rows by 1. That is, once it has sorted one row, it should go to the next row and so on. And as well go to the next key. Now let's go through the program to check if there's anything we've omitted. Right, okay, over here we have the for loop, but we've not included the next I. Right, okay, I believe everything should be in shape by now. Okay, if that's the case, let's run it. If there's an error, we will debug here. F5 and oh my goodness. Here we have the sales summary for this table using dictionary method. Now you know the basics of dictionaries in Excel and what it can do.